Alright, it is finally time. ERRA's new album has come out. I am more than ready for this. And about 3 hours ago, I sat down and recorded a reaction to the music video for Slow Sour Bleed. I'm just going to put that footage into this video. Based on the band's post, I thought that the album would be coming out at 12. Originally, I assumed it would be coming out at 9, but their post said 12 for local time zones, but they lied and it came out at 9 anyways. And I only did the music video reaction because I didn't think I'd be able to film the full album video tonight. So I'm just going to edit that footage directly into this video so you guys can see my first reaction and my reaction to the music video. And I'm glad it worked out that way anyway because I loved the music video, mostly because of all of the 9 Inch Nails influence throughout that video and the song. And I love that there was a lot of influence from 9 Inch Nails, not just from the Downward Spiral, but also from Hesitation Marks. Especially in that video, it is just a carbon copy almost of the lighting that they did for Copy of a. There it is, dude. It looks beautiful. So I was a little bit nervous about this album, I'm gonna be honest, based on those like first couple of singles. But I read this article that was from an interview with, I believe, JT and Jesse, and it went kind of in depth in what they were doing and their thoughts behind the album, and apparently there's a lot of variety throughout this album, but it is focused a lot more on groove and stuff like that instead of the more technical stuff. They said there's tons of variety throughout the album, so I'm looking forward to that, because self-titled, the singles that came out for this album were amazing, but the best songs in my opinion on this album are songs that were not singles. Gungrave wasn't a single, Electric Twilight, Lunar Halo, Vanished Canvas wasn't a single until the Courtney LaPlante feature. Eidolon and Remnant as well, those are my favorite songs off of the self-titled. I just love their more ethereal, dreamy, longer prog type stuff, and it looks like they're kind of moving away from that. They're going in more of an industrial electronic direction. But dude, Slow Sour Bleed was holy shit. It was super Northlane, but it was more like Alien, where it was just fucking nasty. And the singles just have Tool and 9 Inch Nails written all over them, except for Blue Reverie, which is probably my favorite deep down just because of how similar it is to Drift, which is the first album I ever heard by them, and that, oh my god, that album's so good, man. And I have seen some complaints about them going even further away from the sound that they had during Augment and Drift and even Neon. But honestly, I think the self-titled album was like an amalgamation of everything that they did. There was stuff on there that kind of reminded me of Augment, Drift, and Neon. So the self-titled was kind of like a mix of everything that they've done, but in this newer, fresher, more electronic, heavier fucking direction. And Cure, at least with the singles, is the first time that they haven't drastically switched up their sound for a new album. A lot of these kind of sound like they could have been on the self-titled, or at least on like the deluxe version of the self-titled album. Especially Pale Iris, like that one kind of got me nervous, but when Cure came out, I was like, damn, this shit just slaps. It was different enough, especially the vocals during the chorus. That one switched it. That was the first time that I really felt like they were switching it up, and it sounded like a newer, fresher sound from ERRA, because Pale Iris just kind of sounded like self-titled in my opinion, or like Pull from the Ghost. But Blue Reverie just came in with those beautiful guitars, and I'm really hoping we get some more of that throughout this album. And Crawl Backwards Out of Heaven is like Scorpion Hymn Part 2, so I kind of feel like each single that has come out has kind of one up the last. But anyway, enough talking. I could rant about ERRA all day, dude. Make sure to subscribe. We're almost to 6,000 subscribers, especially if you're interested in future ERRA videos. I also do a bunch of other bands you'd probably be interested on the channel. Also check out the description. I got a Twitch link down there if you want to come by a stream or something, hang out. Alright, let's start this. I'm excited to hear the next chapter of ERRA, man. I love everything that they've done. I don't think they have a bad song. They've been one of my favorite bands since 2019. I saw them live like 2 days after Eye of God came out back in August 2019. Oh my god, on the Northlane Alien tour, that was my first like heavy concert. And back then they were playing stuff from all their albums, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been to. I would love to hear some more of that like techno shit that was going on towards the end of Slow Sour Bleed as well. I think that fits so well. I'm just going in here with a completely open mind. I'm totally cool with the sound that they're going for. And for anyone who isn't a fan of the direction they're going in and likes their older stuff more, I get it, it's different, but you should just sit back, relax, be open-minded, and let them destroy you with some brutal ass fucking riffs, because the guitars are it's fucking too no lyrics. All right, first new song. It's really pretty sound at the beginning. Nice flow. Oh, I love that. God, I wish that tapping was louder. This might be my favorite. I love the drift kind of guitar. Wow, dude. Ooh, that sounds like Spirit Box. That sounded a lot like Spirit Box. That was a beautiful song. I just wish the tapping was a little louder. But that's fine. That was the best song on out of all of them. I know it wasn't as heavy, it wasn't as crazy, it wasn't as fast, but and this sounds good too. That bass. If all the songs that weren't singles are that good. I might have just nutted. I don't even know what to say. This might be the best song on the album. Oh, this is a banger. Ooh, halftime. The guitar work in the background is so nice. Oh, that was a perfect song. It's gorgeous so far. I'm floating in a nebula right now. I'm liking it already. Dude, are Glimpse and Past Life Persona the best on the album? Oh, that guitar in the back. God, that song was like straight out of Drift. Glimpse and Past Life Persona are like oh my god. The non-singles are blowing my mind right now. Like, I don't even care about the heaviness at this point. Like, these songs are so beautiful. But at the same time, goddamn. Oh, I'm gonna love this song, I can tell you that already. It's interesting, the transitions are interesting because it sounds like they're supposed to transition. And they do technically, but it's like heavy electronic into really pretty drift-esque stuff. Super heavy electronic, industrial. It's like a back and forth between these two sides of the album. Whereas Self-Titled was more of a mix. Every song had a little bit of everything in it. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. But I'm loving this whole album, this song so far too. This kind of reminds me of Remnant. Oh. Oh shit. I was gonna say this is more of like an uplifting feeling song. And JT just came in with the most brutal vocals he had on the whole album. Outro already. They have great last songs. Oh shit, okay. I loved that. What? The way this is going, this song could be in my top 3 favorites on the album. Oh, the bass. What the hell was that? Oh, dude, this song is really good. This album's really surprising me. Love that guitar sound, man. Kind of a proggy vibe to this song. Yeah, this could be in my top. Wow. Is that JT in the back? That was just beautiful. I feel really stupid because this album went in a completely different direction than what I thought, based on the singles. Because after Self-Titled, what I really wanted was them to do something in the drift realm again. The like really pretty, beautiful guitar. And like I got a little emotional at some points because I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly what I wanted to hear from them. Is just some things that are reminiscent of drift, and this delivered so well. Like, Cure is a great song, great opener, but it has the lyric Longing for a Failsafe, which is a reference to Irreversible off of Drift. And then the 3 songs after that are just clearly very reminiscent of drift. I mean, in the best way possible. These songs were beautiful. But Slow Sour Bleed just comes out of nowhere, and it kind of goes back to Cure, but it goes even more into like a techno, Nine Inch Nails industrial vibe. And then it's straight back into the drift feels with Wish, and then Glimpse, which is just, that song has everything in it that you want. Probably the best heavy guitar work on the album. It's up there at least. Past Life Persona was absolutely gorgeous. There was some Spirit Box as well throughout this whole album. But then Crawl Backwards Out of Heaven goes back to that Slow Sour Bleed feel. And then End to Excess kind of reminded me of like Neon a little bit, mixed with Remnant off of the Self-Titled. It's more of an uplifting, upbeat song, but then fucking JT's vocals came out of nowhere. That was insane at the end of that song. That was great. Pale Iris works really well with full album context. Definitely a single. You know, it has that chorus, really good fucking catchy chorus. So it definitely makes sense to have that as a single. And Wave might be one of my favorite songs on the album, man. I mean, that was just a perfect outro. This is a very different sound for them, but I think it works really well in the full album context. Singles were getting me a little bit nervous. It's just all the singles were making me think that, you know what I mean? There was no, like, Rumor of Light, Idlewild, Glimpse, Past Life Persona, End to Excess, Wave. All of those have a completely different vibe than all of the singles did, except for Blue Reverie, obviously. But yeah, the album flow is a little bit weird. Like, it goes back and forth between completely different vibes. It definitely worked. It wasn't like jarring or anything like that, but it definitely doesn't flow as well as a lot of their other albums. And I do feel like, especially on Rumor of Light and Idlewild, that some of those background guitars could have been a little bit louder, but that's just my personal preference. And I know they were kind of more utilized as a background atmosphere that you shouldn't really be able to hear perfectly. It should just kind of add a vibe to the song. So I think that's what they were kind of going for with it. So you weren't necessarily supposed to hear it super well, but it's just one of my favorite parts of the band, so I want to hear that really loudly. So yeah, Slow Sour Bleed and Crawl Backwards Out of Heaven are a little awkward just because there's no transition. Like, the vast majority of these songs don't sound anything like Cure, Slow Sour Bleed, Crawl Backwards Out of Heaven, or Pale Iris. Like, all the songs that aren't those songs just sound like Drift. Like Drift and Self-Titled mixing together. So obviously I'm extremely happy. I mean, this is a really pleasant surprise. I didn't think this album would sound anything like this. I hope it's not too long until we get some more ERRA. I have no idea what they're going to do next. Their whole band has been about insane technical guitars for so long that it seems like they're just having a lot of fun playing these more groovy, heavy songs, more simple riffs. They can move around stage a lot more. Yeah, I'm excited to see them in May. I've actually seen ERRA more than any other band. Invent Animate might might beat them at some point. Definitely let me know what you thought down below. I really hope that everyone's really happy about this, because I'm extremely happy about this. I know Drift fans will be very happy about this, and I'm sure Neon and Self-Titled fans will be too. Like, this album gotta have at least one song that you like. You know what I mean? Like, come on. This definitely earned a spot on my album of the year list. I know it's still early on, but this is probably gonna make it to the end. Rumor of Light, Idlewild, Glimpse, Past Life Persona, and Wave, those are my absolute favorites. And To Excess too, I feel like that is going to be one of the more underrated songs on the album. Oh, I just don't know what else to say, dude. Just based on those singles, I thought the majority of the album was going to sound like Pale Iris, and then we'd get a little bit of, you know, Blue Reverie, like 2, 3, 4 songs max that had that vibe to it. But it turned out to be the opposite, which is just crazy. Because, like, their heavy songs are amazing, but I love ERRA for the more emotional, prettier stuff. So this album is just incredible in my opinion. But I'm gonna get out of here and probably listen to this album again. Make sure to subscribe. We're almost to 6,000 subscribers. Make sure to let me know what your favorite songs off this album were, what you think of the album, if you agree, disagree, anything like that. Make sure to check out the description. I got a Twitch down there if you want to follow me over on Twitch. Pop into a live stream. And yeah, that's basically it. Take it easy.